Welcome to 3 Minute Thoughts. So, swimming was a big part of my childhood, and it was even part of some swim teams, which someone had to come in fifth place all the time, and that was usually me. Wasn't my favorite activity. Spent my free time diving for pennies instead of doing laps, so I totally understand why I was not very good at racing. But I want to talk about the various swim clubs or swim organizations I was part of when a kid, and I don't remember exactly how old I was when I was first swimming. The first swim club we were at was called Sharon Swim Club. It's in Jersey somewhere. I don't believe it still exists. I tried Googling it a while ago and I couldn't find it. I've been part of other swim clubs as well. There's Birch Swim Club, which I know doesn't exist anymore. And there's a few others. I do remember as a kid we had to do a whole bunch of tests to determine if we could be in the pool or what sections, because they had different sections at a shallow end, a racing area, and then a deep end with a high board. And then we got a little band saying what level we were, determine where we could swim. I don't know what swim clubs are like nowadays, but I do know there are a few things that we did back then that don't exist anymore as far as I know. And that is we had a high board, which was really 15, I think it was 15 meters, something like that, maybe 12 meters. It was a high board. And we'd jump off that at the deep end. We play games at the deep end called Shark, in which we dive. Someone would be swimming, basically tag, and you have to dive under the person and get to the other side before they count you. And I mean diving off the side of the swimming pool and then going across, not diving off a diving board. That'd be silly and dangerous. For the swim clubs, we did shallow diving, which I don't know of anyone doing anymore. And that's where you get like 3 foot of water and you're just diving in from the edge just to start off your laps. And then as well as shallow diving, we'd also be on these blocks that were 2 or 3 foot tall. So it'd actually be like a good distance from the bottom of the pool, even though it was a very shallow bit of water. It just does not feel safe at all. It feels like those blocks should have been on the deep end and not the shallow end. Not the safest thing to do, but again, yeah, don't imagine that is done. But as I did mention, we were latchkey kids, and our parents or aunt would drop us off earlier in the day, and then later at night they'd come pick us up. So the swim club usually be babysitting us, even though they didn't know they were babysitting us. It was just a good way to pass by the summer as our parents were off at work. And then, as I mentioned, yeah, I was part of swim teams and did that for a couple of years. My sister was really good at it, and she still is a swimmer. Yeah, not really sure where I'm going with this one. I was just feeling nostalgic because I mentioned swim clubs in a previous video recently. Thought I'd have a bit more to say. It's been a while since I've been swimming. Was swimming recently in a lake, but that was like 3 years ago, so that's not too recent, maybe 2 years ago. But it would be interesting to try to figure out like how much have things changed since then. So maybe one of these days I'll do that. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Thanks.